So, welcome back to my chess stream. Once again, we are back to our Lichess.org chess game. So, I'll be showing to you one of the game. I think my enemy choose a Caro-Kann defense. So, let's go to the game. So, here I played e4 as usual. I'm an e4 player. Then the enemy go for a Caro-Kann the c6. Then I go for the d4, controlling the center, and then he go for the d5, and I go for the knight c3. Then he go for the exchange variation on the pawn. A pawn takes pawn, that is d4 takes e5, d5 pawn, the x e4 pawn, d takes e. Then I took with the knight, and he go for the knight move, knight f6. And I took this advantage. I took the knight because I feel that in the long game, I'll have an advantage if my enemy has a double pawn. So I took that pawn on f6. Then he took that with the f pawn, f takes knight. Then what I did next move was knight f3, standard development. Then he go bishop d6. Then I go bishop e2, just develop pieces. Then a castle, and then I think I should have castled, but I played not a passive, but a development move, which is bishop e3. Then he played rook e8. Then I castle. Then he played bishop g4, and we are on the Tartakower variation, as you can see. Then I played h3. Then I played bishop h5. I go knight f4 just to exchange the bishop because this black white bishop is quite strong. So I would like to exchange that one. So we took that. I took it with my queen. Then he go for knight d7. So that's the end of our engine line, and there's no other history or books that has been played. So knight d7. Then I go for the queen g4. Then you go for knight f8. I think the good move here is just to play the d6. But if we go to this g6, then I might go with this one, and he can play this one, and I can check. I can go. I can go here. I think my horse is trapped. So that's I mean that's a good advantage for black. So let's go back to the game. And he played here knight f8 instead. Then I played here the knight f5, which is the also the engine moves. Knight h5. Then he played uh knight g6. This is a pretty bad move because I have a threat here of pushing this pawn and h pawn. Then this will have a threat on the g7 square. I haven't checked here, so the knight can jump here. I can take this bishop on d6. So there's a lot of very good initiative or attacking chances on white side. So I play the h4 push pawn. Then after that, he can play actually based on the engine. He can play here h5 just to thwart on the queens. But again, I can take that pawn. It's a pawn sacrifice, and based on the engine, he can go back here. And I think this is pretty bad for black already because the king side of the black is pretty scary because a lot of my pieces are already in there. My horse is there, my bishop is there, and my queen is there. It's quite scary. So here, what he got, he played instead of h4. I played the h4 instead of playing the h5. right? He played bishop, bishop f8, which is a bad move also because I can push the pawn here, and there's an I can make this queenless already. For example, I push the pawn, which I did. Then actually there's an engine move that he can just slide the bishop, the queen here. So he is sacrificing a whole piece with my pawn because it's quite scary here for this one. If he just ignored this attack because, for example, he ignored, you go for 97. There's no checkmate here, right? Because this is protected by the bishop. But there is this nasty move, knight h6, and this is over because you cannot move here because the queen and the king is skewer. I think this is skewer. I'm not sure, but it's double check. This is double check. Then it is totally over because after the king move, and this is I can take. Actually, the engine say that I can go back. You go here, check again. You go here. Okay. Yeah, this queenless already. So this is pretty good for white already. So let's see what really happened there. What was the bad move for black? We need to understand what was the bad move that make the consequence to black to lose the game. So here, standard pawn. Alright, still in standard line. This is our book line. Okay, I think we are all standard. This is the main line. Let's see, main line. I took, and this is the Tartacore. What if he took it by the G pawn? Oh, so that is what they call Bronstein-Larsen variation. G text F6 is a Bronstein-Larsen variation. So if it's E text F6, then it's a Tartacore variation. So Caro-Kann is very, what they call that, solid defense, and in old lines there's a lot of variation under Caro-Kann. Then here I played, I think, standard, still book move, still book move, book move, book move. Yeah, still a book move. And here still a book move. And here, okay, I think G6 was the line. Yeah, G6 was the line. Let's go back here. Oops, sorry. Then let's go back. The G6 move. Yeah, I think the G6 move was the main line, but the G6 move was the main line. Not the main line, but the most played variation. In this case, there's one in the database that I played G6. But for this one, let's see. You go for 97, and it's a new line. So basically, everything is seems equal based on the engine evaluation. As you can see, there's a white and black bar. So if it's almost white and plus plus number, it's advantage for white. If it's negative number, it's advantage for black. So this currently is negative 0.2 advantage for black because it's negative. If it's 0.0, it's equal, totally equal. So here, you move the knight on f8. So that's plus, it's the engine gave me 0.7, 0.8. Then the knight jump, knight f5. So the knight f5 give me 0.8. Then the knight g6 give me 1.5 advantage. So I think this was the moment of the collapse, basically. So here it's 1.6. It's almost 2 pawns advantage. So now we go back by the bishop f8. So that's 2.7. Plus 2.7 white advantage. So here 2.9. Slowly increasing my advantage. 2.9. Then he go back, and this is the bad move, guys, of all bad move. The knight jump to e7 is the bad move, all bad move. So that's triple question mark because almost give me 8.2 advantage. Yeah, because this is totally over with the knight jump here. Check. Then there's no other move black can go, so we go to this one. And after that, the knight takes f7 check, and this is totally over. After he go back here, actually I can straight away take his queen, and this is queenless. And this is pretty game over. If you don't want to play it with a queenless game, right? So it is standard gentleman's game. If you're queenless, then you have to resign. There's no way you can make a comeback unless uh, your enemy is drunk or something like that. So yeah, I think that's the game for today, and let's see what else. I think that's it for today, guys. Let me have just quick check on what other bad move we have. I think that's only the bad move. The black uh, made to make this consequence. All right, everything looks good. I think this knight, the knight was pretty bad place there. Actually, he should play g6. Then everything was collapsed here. After this passive move knight and the bishop f8, everything is stuck on her on his king side, and everything is pretty cramped and pretty exposed to my attack, so I can infiltrate in attack in any angle. Or maybe actually there's also one variation that I can play this kind of move here, and he just make a move here. I can play my rook here, something like that. Play that one, play this one, right? So a lot of attacks here if you play just funny move like that, and everything is on the attack. All right, so that's the game for today, guys, and yeah, see you. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye, and God bless.